Lingnan Gardens, also known as Cantonese Gardens, are native to the Lingnan region of China, which is traditionally the region south of the Yunnan Mountains, spanning southern Fujian, Guangdong, and Guangxi. With the natural barrier of the mountains, an extensive network of rivers, strong sunlight, and regular monsoons, the region has a subtropical climate, and its plants are lush year-round. Records show that people in Lingnan were building gardens before 137 BC, at which point they were royal gardens built for the non-Wei king Zhu To. The empire eventually fell, and the concept behind the gardens needed to be rebuilt. Eventually, newfound interest in the region, as well as the frequent cultural exchanges with outside powers, led to the development of what we now know as the Lingnan Garden.
In the first millennium BC, the Lingnan region served as a prominent location in the empire. Thus, many ornately decorated royal gardens existed in Lingnan. After this regime fell, approximately 1st century BC, the royal gardens disappeared. The Lingnan region was of little importance for quite some time, meaning it had few prominent gardens. As the region grew in importance due to its proximity to ports, the style of garden evolved into what we see today. This folk style of garden reflects aspects both of the region's royal history and of its more humble roots.
These gardens are designed with heavy influence from Cantonese culture and embody core beliefs from Guangdong and Guangxi provinces, such as practicality, commerce, and the acceptance or welcoming of outside ideas. This philosophy has a lot to do with the fact that within the Chinese Empire, the Cantonese were responsible for a large portion of trade. Many of these ideologies are necessary to be successful merchants, with an openness to other culture during travel and matter-of-fact thinking for making deals and sales. The Lingnan Gardens represent a lot of these ideas and philosophies, and the Cantonese culture manifests itself within them.
The majority of Lingnan gardens use a courtyard layout. A courtyard is an area which is open to the sky surrounded by a building or complex. This is a major trait of a Lingnan garden, which is comparable in size and fineness to other classical Japanese gardens. Lingnan gardens utilize artificial mountains, water, and stones as the three major elements. Some examples of how these three elements are depicted in Lingnan gardens are with artificial reefs, waterways of various patterns, and spreading local minerals in a radial pattern. The architecture of the Lingnan garden is often characterized by towers, bridges, and corridors. There are two different major styles used in Lingnan gardens. The first method involves dividing a garden into a combination of multiple courtyards. The second method involves connecting the courtyards and surrounding buildings together as one unit. High pillars, wide corridors, and thick walls are all common architectural features of the Lingnan garden.
Lingnan gardens usually have flowering plants all season long. The species used are almost all native and subtropical. These plants are meant to replicate scenery of the tropical rain belt, which is an area of heavy rainfall that moves through the north and south tropics throughout the year. Common species used are palms, orchids, Chinese banyan, and lychee trees. One commonly used non-native species is flame vine, which was originally an endemic species native to Brazil.
Carvings and sculptures are a very common art form displayed in Lingnan gardens, usually integrated into the architecture. There are three types of each: wood, brick, and stone for carvings, clay, mud, and granite for sculptures. Rarely, Lingnan gardens incorporate calligraphy into their design, and this has become even rarer recently. One notable example is the Yuyang Sanfeng Garden, which has traditional Chinese calligraphy above the entrance that reads, "This land is just as large as three bows, but rich in red rain. Though it is just a corner under the sky, it is abundant with green clouds."